strain relations with Beijing, which has also announced that it's suspending its participation in the China-US cyber working group set up last year. It's extremely unlikely, of course, that any of the accused will ever be handed over to the US, but Washington claims it had no choice but to act against what one official called China's 21st century burglary.
Well, he lost his bloody gears. Can't drive for nuts, I'd say. Look at this dickhead. WPQ. Something or other.
It says he expects the government insurer Risk Cover will investigate whether Troy Buswell was drink driving when he crashed his ministerial car. The former treasurer was disqualified from driving last month over a series of car crashes near his Subiaco home in February. A parliamentary committee yesterday questioned why police didn't investigate whether he was drink driving, but the police commissioner, Carl O'Callaghan, said there was insufficient evidence. The Premier...
Here comes another one with a clear fog syndrome. And the blooding's off, dickhead.
Security guard involved in a fatal shooting on Queensland's Gold Coast yesterday says his client acted in self-defence. A 46-year-old Coomera man died after a struggle with the guard who was making a cash delivery to a Highland Park Tavern. Police say the men knew each other but won't comment on reports the would-be robber was a former work colleague. Lawyer Jason Jacobson says the guard's sympathy is with the dead man's family.
My client is a decent and gentle man who is deeply traumatised by the events of yesterday, which are a clear case of self-defence. His shock at discovering the identity of his attacker is immense. Despite everything, his sympathy extends to the family of the deceased, who will be dealing with their own grief and loss.
A Melbourne court has heard a man stalked two women before attacking them in Brunswick in the city's inner north. Jean Edwards reports from the Magistrates Court.
37-year-old Adam Robertson of Brooklyn is facing 11 charges, including stalking, indecent assault and false imprisonment. He's accused of following one of the women from a music venue, placing her in a headlock and taking her down a side street off Sydney Road 10 days ago. Robertson later allegedly followed another woman as she left a hotel, tackled her and pinned her to the ground. The court heard he'd been living in a caravan park. Robertson has been remanded in custody to face court again in August.
Turning to health news, and people with multiple sclerosis are being urged to improve their diet and increase physical activity based on new research in Tasmania. The team from the Menzies Research Centre has found there's a link between the level of so-called bad fats in the blood of MS sufferers and the rate at which their disability progresses. Cherie Osborne was first diagnosed with MS 10 years ago and is already making lifestyle changes.
I have what's called relapsing remitting MS, which means that any day I could go into a relapse that could render me not able to walk or could give me pain, or there's all sorts of scenarios that could happen to me.
In business and finance, the All Ordinaries Index gained 0.5%, closing at 5,402. The ASX 200 added 11 points, finishing on 5,420. West Texas crude at the moment, $102.94 US a barrel. Tapis, 115.6. Gold trading at $1,291 US an ounce. The Aussie dollar worth 92.6 US cents, 54.98 Great British pence, 67.67 euro cents, 93.82 Japanese yen, and $1.07 New Zealand. Now here's Olivia McGrath with the latest in sport.
Thanks, Tracy. New South Wales has named Canterbury Bulldogs Trent Hodkinson and Josh Reynolds as its halves combination for Game 1 of the State of Origin Rugby League Series. Jennifer Browning has more.
The Bulldogs duo has replaced dumb Sydney Roosters pair Mitchell Pearce and James Maloney for next week's series opener in Brisbane. Coach Laurie Daly made the team announcement in Sydney a short time ago. Pearce's position has been in question since he was arrested at a King's Cross nightclub earlier this month. He's played in the past 11 Origin games. Hodkinson and Reynolds will last night. Queensland named just one change to its championship side with Roosters.
Ah, good. You're on the same way as me, you bundle. Gotcha. WPQ 685. You are an idiot. There he goes, changing lanes in front of somebody who was about to overtake us. They've left him, let's overtake him.
Of the $7 Medicare co-payment. Selwyn Button is the CEO of the Queensland Aboriginal and Islander Health Council and joins us now.